The Life School Masterclass Show, where 6 and 7-figure CEOs build their purpose-driven legacy businesses through proven branding, marketing, and sales strategies so that they don't have to sacrifice their income and happiness for their mission. Thanks for watching the Life School Masterclass Show. Join our Facebook group community of badass mission-driven entrepreneurs, and come back next week, same place and time for our upcoming show.
Hello, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Welcome back to our show. I am Alona Lepar, your host, and I am so excited to have another amazing guest and topic for you today, where I'm sure you walk away with tons of value and get to meet another one of our community members. So I'm just reminding all of you that we at the Life School help entrepreneurs build a life and business legacy on purpose. And we offer success alignment programs and business growth programs. So if you're looking for any of those, definitely let me know after the show and we can set up a call to get to know more regarding what your goals are. And jumping right in with our show today, I have Healther Lee Chapman, and we're going to be speaking about how to become a wealthy entrepreneur as a conscious entrepreneur. I know this topic is near and dear to our community's heart because a lot of times we feel that being wealthy and being purpose-driven or a conscious entrepreneur sort of conflicts one another. Heather, thank you so much for being here. I am so excited to have you as part of our show today.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I'm so grateful to be here and help inspire people to own their conscious entrepreneur journey and truly give back to this world and make a shift so that the money is in the hands of those who put people over profits.
Love that. And I always say purpose-driven, conscious-driven entrepreneurs that also have the income can really do magic things out there in the world. So tell me a little bit about your background. How did you get to the work that you're doing today?
Yeah, absolutely. So I actually started out as a registered kinesiologist and then studied holistic nutrition and advanced spiritual training. I have been a conscious entrepreneur for over 11 years and studying human potential and performance for over 16 years. And truly just wanted to understand how people, someone said they're seeing us, but no sound. Our mics are on. Maybe you have to hit it on your end. And really just wanted to truly help to understand how the human mind and body work, because that's something we're just not taught in school, how to master self. So it's really, really important that we not only understand how to own a business holistically, because I kept finding courses and mentors that all had the answers, but they only covered one part of business. It was usually like mindset or sales, but we know there's many things that align in a business to make it successful. And then the mindset coaches said they had it all if you just changed your mind. But then I was like, but then how do you actually do it? So I really, dove deep into self-mastery and business mastery and put together a program that actually helps people develop the best version of themselves and a business they designed and love around the life they love. Because most people build a business that ends up just being another job. And I did it for a long time. And I built a trade your time for money model, which is great. And I love it. Awesome. We got it in now. Great. So, and I love it. But you can't scale a trade your time for money business model, as well as there's only so much time in a day you can trade. And the one thing we don't get back is time. So I truly want to help people become high performers. One of the things most people ask is, Heather, how do you do all that you do and get so much done in a short period of time? It's actually because I'm hyper intelligently focused and have intentions. Everything I do, I design. I'm not living by default. I absolutely live by design. So truly dove into mastering myself and truly understanding how to master a business. And along that journey, of course, I had many growth opportunities. So I had health challenges, business challenges, financial challenges. We just went through almost 3 years of governmental lockdown and rules and regulations and shenanigans that we all had to pivot through. And through this, I chose to close a business that was no longer in alignment and was able to launch new Foley coaching online, double my revenue from last year, and on our way to do that again this year, and teach other people how they can take a business that is running their life, reevaluate it to be designed around their life. And we've had clients turn their yearly income into their monthly income and make that reoccurring. And they are literally creating businesses that are filling gaps in the market, such as private holistic schools that need to be here for the evolution of humanity. So I'm so proud of my journey and my clients and all that we're up to. And I just know that we truly master ourselves and all the areas of our business if we truly want to be successful entrepreneurs and leave that impact that we know our soul is truly calling us to do.
Oh, well, Heather, we have so much in common. There's always alignment, isn't there? I love that you said that you build everything on purpose, and extreme focus is really key. And we speak so often about that. And I do agree that's actually the gap that I saw in the market with helping people build a legacy business. That business growth takes a lot of different elements. It's not just mindset, which is obviously the most important part, but it's how you brand yourself, how you market yourself, how you create systems in the business. Because as you said, we end up as entrepreneurs thinking that we're going to grow this business and have the freedom that we all got into this journey as a big motivator. And then we realize that we're chained to our desk and we don't know how to have scalable models that, can give us more freedom and time, and of course, more income and impact. So bringing all of that together, and of course, team as well for people that want to grow, as big a business as they would like. So it's really the sort of the framework that I've also developed over the years in doing just the same. And I love that you kind of said that, to design both life and business on purpose. It takes just more than just mindset. It takes strategy. It takes working on purpose. It takes being intentional. It takes understanding what the bigger vision is, so that every day you're working yourself backwards and you're not just doing a million things. You're just very focused and you have more time and freedom, but you also know that the right priorities of the actions that you're, putting in every day are moving the needle towards your ultimate vision, are really moving you towards, the journey with the goals that you're trying to accomplish. So I love that you said that. I also personally had to make a decision of closing down a local business over this time because it's no longer aligned, and also seeing where we're heading economy-wise and all of that. We do have to make hard decisions, but I think fast decision making is another really important skill of entrepreneurs. We make decisions fast and then we change them slowly as we adapt, right? Because a lot of times it happens the other way around, where we procrastinate and we kind of just take so long to make a decision, and then we kind of change it fast. So that way your focus is constantly going in so many other directions. And it's really not as productive or efficient for everyone's time as they align those priorities. So Heather, let's talk about the topic that we have on for our show today. So how do you align life and business so that you are, again, focused, working on purpose, but also making the impact, the income that you'd like to make, or become wealthy so that you can do more good in the world?
Absolutely. And it all starts with a vision. So you nailed it. All successful people have a long-term vision. So everything that comes their way, they see as opportunity. It's not a challenge. It's not an obstacle. It's an opportunity. And they are solution driven. So they are looking at all of these great challenges, obstacles, opportunities, and they are looking for the solution. And they just pivot until they find the way that it works because they burned the boats. So most people have one foot on first base and one foot on second base. And that's why nothing happens. So they would like this, but it's okay if they stay here. So they actually didn't make the decision on what they wanted. And their unconscious mind actually goes, oh, well, I'm trying. And the word try, they go, oh, she hasn't decided. And literally your brain works against you. So the first thing is to literally make the decision. You must make the decision of what you want and burn the boats. Without that, without a burning desire backed by faith with the decision, we just literally, what you said, skip from one thing to the next. We never stay one place, go long enough and deep enough to actually have success and build the habits in that area of our life to have the success, because we're constantly jumping from one thing to the next because, oh, look, I found a new obstacle. It didn't work. I moved to the next thing. So instead of getting thrown off by obstacles, they see them as opportunities. The next is we start with the end in mind. So we always actually want to start with, what is our quality of life? What is the thing that we love? What would we love to do for the rest of our life that wouldn't feel like work? And let's change the word work. Like, what does that mean to you? To do the things that you love, to show up and leave an impact, to make a difference. That's what I do. It's not work. It's what I love. And so just truly finding out what sets your soul on fire. And I truly believe full ascension is mastering that zone of genius. And we know that there is the 10,000 hour rule. So if we truly want to become a master in something, we need to practice it for 10,000 hours. And practice makes permanent, not perfect. So you must practice in a certain way. And that certain way is with that burning desire, with the obsession of your goal, with expecting it. All the successful people who achieve things in life, not only have they burned the boats, they actually expect to be successful, right? There is no other option. This is what they're doing. This is what their life is about. So we've burned the boats. We've given up what I call the Santa sack of excuses, our reasons and our alibis of all the reasons we can't have our goal. And we design what we want our life to look like. We master our zone of genius. And then once we get to become a master in our zone of genius through all that practice and application, full ascension is turning around and teaching it to others, which is what you and I get the opportunity to do now, is actually turn around and through all of our lessons and blessings and all the things we're grateful for on our crazy entrepreneur journeys, we now get to turn around and serve others with it. Now, how can you take that thing that you love that you can turn around and serve others with and build it around the lifestyle that you desire? How can you do in 4 hours a day what most people will not do in a week? First of all, we must study. I am the biggest bookworm. You name it, I've probably read it. And I also love Audible. So find a way that studying works best for you. And then have a mentor. Your brain literally operates from a model of the world that you have in front of you and that you've been conditioned to see. And if you want a different model of the world, aka new results, you actually have to be in a room with and in conversation and surrounded or studying with or studying from those people who have the model of the world that you truly desire. So in order for you to actually get those new results, you need to start surrounding yourself with people getting new results. So you actually need a mentor and you need to have a new community, because only 1 in 20 people will actually do what it takes. These inner work, the efforts and the studying day in and day out and figuring out what works and what doesn't work day in and day out and actually be successful and live life by design. That's 1 in 20 people. So chances are you're that 1 in 20 in your community. So you actually need to go study with a community of people who are also the 1 in 20 in their community. So we have a decision. We have a goal, something that sets our soul on fire that we love. We burn the boats. We're fully committed. We reverse engineered by starting with the end in mind and designing our lifestyle and figuring out what is the impact and what do we love to do and what can we do for the rest of our lives that doesn't feel like work. How can we master our zone of genius and turn around and teach it to others? And then how do we pivot along the way and see all obstacles as opportunities and look for the solution? Because they say that you can define how successful a person will be based on what problem gets them down. So decide now that you are going to design your life the way that you love. Because I truly believe that we all came here to live a life we design, and that's your goal. Not the life that you were conditioned to believe you have to have or you should have, right? Maybe your parents said, go to school, get a job, work a 9 to 5, retire on, your money by this time, which inflation took most of it. So you're now going to live in poverty in retirement. Like, no, thank you. So for me, I truly believe to own your wealth, you need to pay yourself first. You need to build a relationship with money. You're not taught it in school. It's just something we're simply not taught. We're not taught about money management. We're not taught about how to earn money. We're not taught about how to be our own bankers and not rely on the systems. You're not taught how to make money work for you, how to build multiple streams of income. All successful people have multiple streams of income. And so when we can build that relationship with wealth and earn our money, because today, if you and I wanted to earn an extra 10 grand, we can, because we have our own business and we have 10 different ways we could probably do it. But someone who has a job, that's it. Unless they've truly owned their money management, which most do not, they spend on all the shiny objects instead of paying themselves first and building and paying for their future so that they can retire early. They spend on all the shiny objects and then they're left at the end of the day with nothing. So we actually need to build that relationship, pay ourselves first, so our money is paying our future self, right? Instead of the now self. And it's when we can build that relationship with our money, earn our money in a really good, positive way, know that we're leaving the impact that we were meant to do, living our life on purpose, then we can actually live a happy and fulfilled life. And I truly believe, and I know scientifically, we're all adding to the quantum field energetically. And so your mission as a human on this planet is to actually add positively to the quantum field. Science has proven that if you and I sit here and prayed about love or thought about love or all the things that we're grateful for, we will energetically change our communities. So what if you actually went out there and created a life you love by design? What if you actually went out there with a purpose and a why that set your soul on fire, and you built financial abundance that felt good to you and you could turn around and give back to this world? Because currently, there is enough money and resources on this planet to take care of every single person. And we simply, as humanity, just do not. So I'm asking you, conscious entrepreneurs, to step it up.
Heather, I love this. You shared so much wisdom and nuggets with what you just said, all the different tips that you shared. And it really goes back down to you. We have to be in a process of transformation. And I've said it a time and a time, and because we tend to focus on all the other outside things, and we're like, well, if this was this way, or if I had more clients, or if I did this, or if I did that, then I'm like always realizing that was always about me. Right. So really putting ourselves through the process of transformation and tying in every day that we're working on purpose with our vision. As long as we have that long-term vision, then the rest is just you going through, under a process so that you can masterify your skills, as you mentioned, so many different ways, so that you can become that person that is going to attract that wealth that you want to see in your day-to-day. Heather, I have a question, because I know a lot of entrepreneurs, especially multi-passionate entrepreneurs, always ask is it healthy to create different streams of income in your business and split your energy in all these different ways? Because I know you did mention that. Or is it best to just focus on one offer, that is really solid, that you can add a lot of value to the marketplace, and then diversify later on as you get more resources and team, and you have systems under place, and you have, your skills are grown and all of that? What would you suggest based on your experience?
So absolutely, if we think energetically, if we are working on 5 different businesses or 5 different business ideas, we are splitting our energy between each, and we're going to get 20% results in each. So we recommend you take one offer to the market, you build one thing, you put 90% of your energy into that one thing. You can grow it so much quicker and so much faster. And when you do that, you can get it to a point where it's spinning and it only takes 20% of your energy. And then you can take the other 10% in managing all the other things, and then the 70% can go towards the next goal. And then we can get there quicker and easier. So it's that highly focused and prioritized actions that have us getting those results. So absolutely, we want to build multiple streams of income. If they're each different business ideas and opportunities, one's an app, one's a book, I often say you will most likely have been given a divine download of what all these ideas look like. And we get overwhelmed and we're like, which one do we start with first? Well, if you died today, what would be the one thing you would want to have been doing today? That's where we start. Everything else is actually part of your plan. Now map it out. So what leads to what? That will then lead you to the next thing, and reverse engineer so you could get started now on the thing that's going to make the biggest difference for you, that means the most to you, and that is going to build you the most reoccurring revenue. If I can be specific, we want to build that reoccurring revenue and get out of the trade your time for money model. Now we live in a different world right now. So having multiple offers is fantastic because the people who are paying for high-end products, they're still purchasing high-end products and high-end coaching. And then the majority of the people who might have been purchasing medium grade products, they are now purchasing the low end with a shorter commitment level, just the way it is right now. So can you take something of what you've already done and create a smaller offer? So instead of creating something totally new, you can create a spin-off of it to serve everybody. And our energy first needs to go to one thing. And that took me a few years to truly make the commitment. I wanted to do it all. I had my in-person coaching business. I was writing and being an author in 2 different books. I had launched online. I was building the coaching and blogging and everything online. I had multiple different contracts, multiple different businesses, and all these streams of income, and they were great, but I was capped and I was exhausted. So I decided I was taking 80% of my energy and putting it into one. And within 90 days, I did what I was trying to do in 3 years. So imagine if you actually got focused, prioritized on one goal, one thing. You made that work. You got it to a point where it can function independently with minimal effort from you. Then we can move on to the next thing. And that's truly how we can begin to scale, when we can build those multiple streams of income that are self-sufficient, one after another. And then the other way to have those multiple streams of income is being financially smart, paying yourself first, taking a certain part of your money and actually putting it into investments that pay you without requiring you to do anything. So building that financial intelligence so that you are out of a trade your time for money model and you build that reoccurring passive income so that we can truly have those multiple streams of income.
Yeah, I'm glad I asked that because that's a challenge for a lot of people. And it also took me some time to figure out that I can do it all, but not at the same time. I got to prioritize because it's just, especially when we're into personal growth and I'm trying to realize my potential and figure out what I can do. It's always like, it's sometimes a limiting thing to say like, oh, well, maybe I want to do that. Well, maybe I want to do that. Maybe I want to do that. And I figured out the hard way, just like you, School of Life, teaching me that you can have it all, not all at the same time. And if you're working on projects, they better align with the bigger thing that you're trying to accomplish so that it's all tied back to that one thing, as you said, the 80%. Then every couple of years, you can start putting your head up and be like, okay, what else is the next strategic move that I can make that would add to exactly what is it that I've already built, the resources and the time that I put into something. So you're always leveraging on the things that you're already using. In a way, you never want to start from scratch. You want to utilize the same audiences, you want to utilize the same communities, as you said, right? So thinking strategically about how to, I guess, pivot, because we're always pivoting as entrepreneurs. I mean, whatever takes you to a certain, level, it's not going to take you to the next level, but doing it the smart way, that we are never throwing away our effort and energy that we put over years or over time, but we're actually using that as leverage to build on top of that. But everything is priority focus, project focus. Like, I worked for a corporation for many years, so actually I think that taught me a lot on how to be project focused for the next 30 days or 60 days or 90 days or whatever it is. Because if we don't have that, then we're just kind of consuming all the content, trying to do all the things, trying to like be everywhere, and you really are nowhere, and you're not building a brand that you're getting known for that one thing, and you're blending in with everybody else. So staying consistent, stay committed, and working on one thing at a time is really the secret to your sanity, first of all.
Yeah.
But also to your results, because we all know how overwhelmed we can get with all the things that we keep adding onto our plate. Like, as an entrepreneur, I think our radar does not filter a lot of times. Like, okay, maybe I'll do that and do that, and then you open up your calendar and you're like fully booked, 24 hours a day, and you barely get time to eat. So we can't do that. We can't add on things. We have to work very much on prioritization, whatever that word is, or on purpose with things. So we prioritize what we're doing. Heather, thank you so much for everything you shared. We have actually reached the end of our interview, and I want to ask you for a final message from your school of life. What have you learned that you want to share with our entrepreneurs? And also, where is it that people can find you?
Absolutely. The number one thing is just never give up. So everything is feedback. Failure is feedback. So we no longer perceive the failure. We actually just take it as feedback, and we look for the solution, because a problem is simply showing us an area of growth and an opportunity of growth. So you are no longer ever going to fail unless you quit on your dreams. Going forward, you're simply going to find out the ways that it doesn't work for your growth opportunities and lean into the ways that it does, and make sure you burn the boats so that you stay committed to your big, hairy, audacious goal and have a vision that's backed by faith. And you can go and get our high performance habit tracker. This is customizable, because whatever we track improves. And I joke, I know habit tracker, it's not sexy, but you know what's not sexy? Being busy. You know what is sexy? Being focused and prioritized. And it's the little mundane things that we do day in and day out that compound to give us our success. So when you build high performance habits and you track them daily, just by simply writing your goals down and tracking them, you're proven to be more successful by 25%. So I dare you, go to ownitempire.com and grab your free customizable high performance habit tracker and book a free strategy call with me so we can customize that. And thank you so much for having me on the show. It's absolutely my pleasure to inspire people to own their greatness and truly live happy and fulfilled.
Yeah, no, thank you so much for being here. I loved all the wisdom that you shared with us, and you're very inspirational. And keep shining, keep sharing your work with the world, and doing amazing things and epic things as a purpose-driven entrepreneur. Thank you so much for being here. And guys, we have reached the end of our show. You'll also find our show as a podcast where all major podcast platforms are available. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time with another show and another amazing guest. Bye for now.
Bye. Thank you, everyone.